Well, it usually makes a click and I know when it's going on. So I want to go back and let me title this, I do the, what was the title? I do the best I can with what I have. Okay. Now I'm going to refer to this, and I know they're getting off on it, and it hurts. Yeah. Because of the cruelty of it all. Evidently, there's no empathy here at all. This was, it's been deleted. I think, I didn't know they could delete it. But anyway, this is someone I don't even know, let me remind you, never heard of her. She comes on, sees the one about who paid for Meghan Markle's wedding dress and wedding. And I'm the real monarch, and if she cared to look, or if she just made this off the cuff and had not read anything, she certainly has had time to research a couple of my videos and know the truth. I'm sure she would know the truth, and yet she's come back with this. And my reason is that I've always said since I found out in 1983, my real name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and my mom's Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. I'll say it again, from Madison, Wisconsin, married to my father. Was a school teacher, and my aunt is the artist Georgia O'Keefe, bless her, and the O'Keefe family. And yes, their roots were back to Ireland, Holland, etc. And I think Poland. They had roots back to Poland. Anyway, my father was king. Well, he should still be the king of England. He was married to my mom. He would not go along with the Illuminati, so they took him down. That's the Rothschilds, Rockefellers that control your banking. Bilderbergers are so much a part of this. And my own Uncle George, illegal monarch, he was put there by the Illuminati. I want to say it again to this lady, Ruth Brown, and this other one, come on here, Ruth Mosley. I'm sure she'll get a kick out of this. Anyway, before I get lost in what I'm trying to say, because, hey, I'm 79 years old. I've climbed mountains. I've had things done to me that are so illegal that most people couldn't even imagine, and to my children, because of our name, who we are. My father didn't commit a crime. He did not walk away from the monarch. He did not marry American spy Wallace Warfield Simpson. She married an imposter. It was a takedown of my father because he would not go along and take orders from what they are is the world mafia, the Freemasons, the Illuminati. President Roosevelt, it is a hideous game they played. And if the truth is ever out, it's one bloody mess. Okay, Roosevelt appointed Joe Kennedy ambassador to the Embassy of England, 1936. Listen at the dates, when my grandfather had died and my father became king. Well, they decided to, he was sent there for that purpose, Joe Kennedy was. JFK, actually, his son, actually flew in there, spoke before Parliament. Let me make sure you get this. He spoke before Parliament, and he was there when I was born in 39. He returned intermittently or often, I don't know. I wasn't there. Anyway, I was born in 39, and I put up a picture of where there's in Hyde Park, they're having a get-together, and the get-together was discussing my kidnapping, because my father did not walk away. It was character assassination. My God, he's married to my mom. He's King of England. They were married in the Church of England. There was a portrait, I keep saying this, brought with the two men that brought me across the pond. I don't remember that part. I remember them grabbing me after I was told my real name and found out in 83. I remember quite a lot. Anyway, these two men, it had to have been, they brought me at Cortland, Alabama. It was an air base that had just been opened during the war. So anyway, I could keep going, and I wanted to tell this. There was a portrait of my father holding me in my christening gown. and later it disappeared. It would be nice if it reappeared in all this told. So I could keep going and I've put it all up here if anybody like these two women cared to go back and view a few of them. My father was wrongly done. He loved his country. He loved my mom, a beautiful lady, and they kidnapped me, his only daughter, and he didn't get to come to my wedding. I suppose they knew, because I know the Brits knew where I was when I was kidnapped. So I suppose they had to sit back and watch the hell that was going on done to them, to my dad, his own brother, and then Elizabeth. And I can't leave out the part I just read about the horse and hound, or hound and horses. It was Elizabeth's number one horse out of 12 or 15, I can't remember, that was called Peggy. Well, that was back when she was 4, so I don't remember. She was about 13 years older than me, and then so she was there when I was kidnapped. She knew about my father marrying my mom, still married. The fake that allowed Wallace, and the fake, the double that allowed Elizabeth's father to be the illegal monarch, and she's illegal. They're fake. So is William and Kate and Charles and all this, and they've just run them up. And any rules that were made, they've just thrown them to the wind. Run amok. That was what my husband would have said. Now then, I'm going to get to this because the reason I'm mad, if you want to call me mad, oh yeah, I'm mad. That's a normal reaction, especially to the hell that I've been through, lady. Are you a lady? Oh, by the way, she deleted. I can't find the other remark for this from this first lady, Ruth Brown. So I'm just going to quit. Anybody who's followed me have they know what I put up there, and the suffering and the torture is unreal. And then last night, I do want to get this in before this goes off. I'm running out of space on here. I'm always running out of space on here. Anyway, it's okay. Anyway, last night they had on HBO Elizabeth, and I did not watch the whole thing. And they had her the Queen of the World. And it was so well orchestrated, and she's so, just like I said, the Meghan Markle, they're playing the race card. So I'm not running for office that I know of. It was mine, it was stolen, and I'm going to get to that and hope I have enough space. I was put in the South, and I'm not going to say anything about the South. There's a lot of beautiful people down there. And I find prejudice wherever I've gone, and I've been all over the states. So there's prejudice, hate against me. And this woman, Lady Brown, and Mosley, there's Mosley, Mosley's Rangers. If you go back and Google that one, Ruth Mosley was defending her, I guess. I don't know why she needs defended. I don't even know her. So before I get off on another track here, I'm going to read. This first came, and I responded on the YouTube because I couldn't get back to her. You can't post back to her. Now she's removed, I think. Lady Ruth Brown commented to my asking on a video about who paid for Meghan Markle's dress in the wedding. Okay, my point is, I did. That's my job. It was stolen. I'm the legal monarch. Are you getting it? I'm the legal monarch. My father was taken down, and it's a horrifying story that it was allowed to happen. Now, I'm going to go in and tell this. The British were up on the friggin' mountain taking care of me, and the British have been there all along. Now then, these are the average British citizens. I owe my life to them. Don't you forget it, Lady Ruth Brown. Now, I know, and I have thought about this, if I'm able to return and have my post as queen, the job, I'm 79 years old. My sons, Mark and Scott, have been through hell. And when you say I have nothing, I don't know where they are, if they're alive or dead, because they would be a target, because they're the legal heir after me, and obviously the mess that's over there pretending to be queen and king and wannabes is lined up. So what reception would I get? I know how the Brits came over here, but times change, especially the last few years. So I would think people would be irate at what's going on there, the charade. She is queen of the world. Well, I'm just been telling you, she represents the Illuminati that kidnapped me, took down my father and my mother, and destroyed. Look at the Brits that have died having to fight against their own best interest. And this woman is praised and bowed down to. She's a war criminal of the worst kind. Before I run out of this, I'm going to try one more time to see. Oh, yeah, me. No, I got time. Excuse me if I haven't messed it up here. I'm going to read this one, and it's been deleted. I can't find it. I couldn't get back to her because for some reason I couldn't post to it. Okay, the British people pay for Meghan and Harry's Markle's wedding. The royal family, through our taxes, the money isn't your money. Excuse me? Have you missed all this? I am the legal monarch. So don't tell me, and I haven't gotten any of this money. She stole my post, my job. She knows about it. Her father helped kidnap me. How can you defend these murdering thieves? How can you? And to know, and I hope everybody gets to see it all, what was done. And then if they want to laugh about it when they see it, and I hope they do. I don't know. If I'm lucky, there'll be a judgment day, and you all get to see what you did to my babies just because of our name, and the criminals got away with it. And Queen of the World, did you see that well orchestrated down there? They're playing the race card with Meghan. They're the ones, let me add, that sold out to the Illuminati that's in power now. So she would be Queen of the World, I guess. The Illuminati's sitting right up there in New York City, the United Nations, that's who it is. And then you've got the Rockefeller that controls your media. And just look, when you turn on NBC, who I happen to watch most of the time, you see Rockefeller Plaza right there in their where he's giving the news. And by the way, I used to like him. But, you know, all of them, they have Illuminati kidnapped me and took down my dad. They're not going to. The fact they've never told anything about me all these years and what I've been telling about. I ran in a political campaign, and so much happened, flown out to Mr. Flint's, who was shot by a program shooter. So you're getting into the information I've given that I cared about people. I still do. But I don't care about the... I've been through too much. Am I mad? You better believe it. I don't like what's happened to my father. I don't like the fact that this woman's sitting up there and everybody's bowing down to her, and they have to stop eating when she stops eating. And last night I saw enough to see that she's all dressed in all this finery and handshaking and whatever with all the people of other countries, with his estate, etc. So there you go, because most of them are all part of the Illuminati, the United Nations. So one nation under God doesn't work anymore. Is it one nation under the United Nations? Well, I don't know. Read your Bible, because I wouldn't have said this till I started researching and found out about my name and who my dad is. And it makes me mad that it has been allowed to do to my father and mother and me and my children and the other people that tried to help me. Let me leave it at that. And there were Brits, very much so, or I wouldn't be alive, and Germans, and some Americans. My hope was someday to be able to repay them in some way. And here you got Lady Ruth Brown. Okay, let me get to this. She missed the whole point, or just put it in my face. I did pay for Meghan Markle's wedding, and my father didn't let me. He's king of England. He didn't get to see his daughter, me, married, and I was married in a dress from Learners, which is like Walmart, getting one at Walmart. And poverty, oh yeah, I didn't learn the social graces. How could I? I'm almost eating out of a pig pen pot. Uh, you ever seen one of those? Anyway, here's, I was glad to get an onion and a biscuit. Thank you. Okay, here's what Lady Ruth said in response to my saying, who paid for Meghan Markle's beautiful wedding and all this? The British people pay for Meghan and Harry's wedding and the royal family through the British taxes. It isn't your money. The money belongs to the British people. Well, the British people pay it, just as you said, to the royal family. Did you miss all this, lady? I am the royal family. I was kidnapped. I didn't swim across the pond, darling. So now then, am I mad? You better believe I'm mad. I don't like what you've done, what's been done to my father and mother, me and my kids, and my country since. You better look around you, sweetheart. Okay, here's Ruth. If I can get I'm going to have to hurry. It really hurts if I use humor to get through it, because there's been attempts to kill me, and they've almost done it. My children would be targets. It's been a hell of a ride, this journey through the life, and I'm 79 years old. You're darn right I'm mad. How would you feel? Okay, while this is going up, I hope, this is Ruth Mosley responding to Lady Ruth Brown comment. I don't know either one of these women. And here's her response. And by the way, she keeps going. This woman does, Ruth Mosley. I'm not going to go to her next three comments. I'm just going to put this one up. These are her words in quotations. I think you don't like Lady Ruth Brown because she is very well off. I think you are very mad at Lady Ruth Brown because she have everything given to her silver dish. And you have nothing. Well, you're right about that. Since you want to gloat about me having nothing, and no, I don't even know this woman. I was responding to her comment. I don't know this woman, Lady. What's her name? Ruth. What? Don't let me forget her name. Brown. Okay, this is to Ruth Mosley, the comment she made. Okay, I don't know the woman, so to hate her, I didn't like her comment because obviously she knew enough to respond to me, so she could have gone back and read a little about me. And since I am the real monarch, and I am, whether you like it or not, and whether I ever get back, and gosh, what kind of reception would I get? Whoa, when I was kidnapped, I didn't do anything. My father was the good guy in it. These people you're okaying over there and loving and bowing down to are cold-blooded killers. Fakes. So here we go. This is, she's saying she thinks I don't like Lady, I don't even know her. Let me remind you again, I was responding to her comment about who paid for Meghan. And by the way, they didn't mind teaching her the graces, social graces, and her father didn't get to go, but this big to-do at her wedding, you got Charles escorting her down the aisle. Oh, wow, that looked real swiffy, unless the truth's told and thrown out to the whole world, and let's see how you grab it. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll wait and see, and I may never win and it be told the sorry mess that has happened. Okay, this will go off if I don't. Ruth Mosley commented to me, have you got a passport? So this was another one, but she had a couple more. Do you have a passport? Darling, I'm a hostage. I can't come home, and you're right, I don't have any money. The dress I have on and the few, I had none, except some very nice women got together, and they gave me, so I have a change of clothes.